welcome back to Car Salvage 101. Welcome to the B&W, but we're not going to be doing the B&W today. We are sending the grey Fiat 500, the 2014 grey Fiat 500, to its MOT today. Which you might be thinking to yourself, oh, have you done all your work to it? Where is it? Actually, that's going to come in the video. I'm just shooting this at the beginning because obviously I've done the work now. So we will see how we get on with the MOT. I'm expecting advisories. I don't know why. I just kind of am. But yeah. We shall see how it goes. The weather is rubbish today, which is not what I wanted, because I wanted to do something on the bumper. But anyway, enough of the chat. We will get on with getting that MOT'd, and in the meantime, let's have a look at what I've done to get up to speed to get it ready for nearly being sold. Whilst you're watching this, and obviously most people watch this right at the beginning, just hit that like button just now, just down there. That would be really appreciated, even if you do switch off within a few minutes. It just helps me a little bit more. And obviously hit the subscribe button for more videos. So yeah, right, let's get on, let's get going, and you can now catch up with how the car's going. Okay, so while the cat's away, I brought the wheel in, and I am going to sort out all of this curbing. I've actually just started rubbing it down a bit here, but as you can see, it's particularly bad. So we're going to sand it and then just do a very fine filler on it. Just bring it back up and then give it a little respray. Hopefully it will certainly look better than what it was. Yeah, the weather's nice. It's not too bad outside actually, but can't be having the TV on. So I'm going to spend the evening just sanding this back down and then filling it. So that's my evening going. Maybe put on some football and watch that in the meantime. So yeah, I'll come back to you and let you know how we're getting on. I'm going to be using 120 grit for the minute, just to sort of take off the sharpness of some of these corners. Okay, so we left the filler on overnight and come down in the morning. I've sanded it back by hand, so it looks better. We just need to get off all the excess filler that's been sanded off. So I'll go and hose it down in a minute, see where we're at, see if we've missed any imperfections. I'm going to be honest, there's going to be imperfections because yeah, I'm doing this in the living room, and really, but yeah, I'm going to try and just do our best just to make it look just a bit better. But the main thing is that hopefully we'll primer it up, then we'll see what we get, and then yeah, take it from there. But yeah, we'll just get the hose on it, and we'll see what we've got to work with. Right, so how are we doing? We have rubbed down the filler and primed it, and then I've 1500, is it 1500 grit. To be fair, you could probably go a bit coarser, but I've 1500 grit the primer, so that's nice and smooth. And the best I've kind of found for painting, especially with this kind of colour, is this one. Bavarian dark anthrite by E-Tech. That's gives you like this gunmetal grey thing. So I'm going to just spray that on, see how we get on, and hope for the best, I think, for this one. I don't think it's going to be a perfect colour match, but if we can slightly blend it and then lacquer, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We will find out, won't we, at the end. Right, it is 30-degree heat today, and we've moved on from getting that wheel done, and we have just had the 2 front tyres done and the alignment. Now, if you don't know much about alignments, as you know, obviously it's been in an accident, so it's needed, it was drifting to the left. Now, we won't go into too much detail on it. He's told me that the left hand tie rod is seized. He can't move that in any way, shape or form. So it's either going to need to get soaked and then I'll try it manually, but he's been able to get quite a bit done on the driver's side. So I'm going to obviously drive it back down the dual carriageway, see how we get on. But obviously it's not ideal, but we're a bit better, certainly. So yeah, we'll get that done. And yeah, we've had the 2 new tyres done, so let's get it back, let's see how it drives, and I'll give you an update. Okay, we are back. What was that? I don't know how many miles that would have been. 3 miles? 3 miles down the dual carriageway. And to be fair, the tracking's pretty much bang on. There's no real issues. The steering wheel's straight. Yeah, it would have been nice to have been a bit more central on the left hand side, but I actually think realistically the problem was, if you look at the paperwork, was the right hand side, and that tyre before it came off was pretty much bald around the inner side of the tyre. So we knew that was the issue. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. I say happy, it will do. So we saved. So on this side, on this side, which had the slow puncture, I've actually saved that tyre because the tread on it was excellent, and it's a Falcon, so it's a premium tyre. So we've kept that. I suspect it's likely to be the valve, because we've had a look at the tread, and there's nothing in it. There's no cracking. There's no nails or anything in it. So yeah. In the meantime, as you can see, we've now, okay, it is a bit dirty from where they've put the lovely paste on it, but actually that is now come up. Has it been chipped? Those chip marks, I think they've been chipped, you know. It's been chipped again round here. So they've done that. Look, it's almost like it's been dropped on its front because it's been chipped. So that was a completely clean tyre, and ATS have dropped that on the front, and now the paint's chipped off it. Great. Good. Just what you want. Just what you want. So they're actually not too bad looking tyres, actually. They're I-Link tyres. So yeah, right. So what have we got left to do before we can get this done? So right. So it's 30 degrees. I say it's 30. It's probably maybe slightly less, but the car's showing 30. It's 30 degrees. So hottest day of the year so far. There is no aircon. It's just blowing out just general air. So gonna need a regas on this. Had a look. Oh, God, tripping over the stuff. Had a look online. I can get a deal with Groupon. Always go to Groupon for regas, because if you don't know anyone, it actually works out to be cheaper. So I can get a ATS to do a regas on this one, which is about 40 quid. So we'll probably end up doing that. I'll do that next week. And yeah, the bumper. Need to sort out this bumper. So this bumper needs coming off at some point. I'm going to look at this again from the, once it's off, to have a look from the inside and see whether or not we can staple that and push it from the inside. Maybe might be able to do that without having to do anything more. Fingers crossed. So that's the bumper. Air con needs doing, and then that's pretty much it. The lower arm, there's no knocking from that anymore. That is great, so we know that that has been done. And yeah, and then it just needs a good old clean. And I think, and then finally needs an MOT. So yeah, right, I need to stay out of the sun, certainly with the top of my head. So yeah, we'll come back to you with what's next on the cards for this. Okay, it's bumper time. So to get the bumper off, you need to do 2 bolts here, then a screw here, same on the other side. You've got 2 underneath, 2 like bolts that hold the bumper underneath, and then you've got 2 in here, and then I think you've got a top one here somewhere, a bit like the front one. And then that unclips under there, and then yeah, we can have the bumper off, and then just have a look at it from the rear. But unfortunately, certainly with this one, the bolts are the screws are not coming away as easy as we'd like. So we might have to end up cutting them out, which is annoying. But there we go. We just got to, just there's one there. We just got to, it's just where all the crap and everything just gets to it over the years. So yeah. Oh, it's chuffing hot. Anyway, I think it's hottest day of the year was yesterday, and yeah, today's a bit cooler, but still absolute quite difficult to work in. So bumpers off, giving the drums just a little going over, and gonna just do the back beam. Just give it all, just make it look slightly better. So what have we got? So I think this had a rear impact. This one here was particularly bent back all the way there. Now whether that was another impact or whether it's the original, but this was all bent back. That's just basically a bumper. That's for the bumper to bolt onto. So it's not really anything major, if I'm being honest. So yeah, so potentially rethinking now that for the bumper, going to look at trying to maybe do a bit of plastic welding, a bit of filler to just kind of get that looking better as well. And then I'm going to compare and work out which bumper I'm going to use, which is either the plastic weld one or the one that I've just resprayed. So yeah, but yeah, just the heat just puts you off doing too much, especially with my bald head as well. So that's where we are. So slightly slowed down a bit. But yeah, and it needs a right good old clean. But yeah, right. Yeah, so so this is the battery. What am I saying? The battery, the bumper. So I think it's possible you could just get that out and then potentially just try and plastic weld it and then try and fill it. I don't think it's going to look 100% because this is slightly bent, but as I say, the colour match, this by the way has been resprayed. Look at all the crack in here, there as well. So this has been resprayed, so it's definitely had some sort of rear impact, that's for sure. But that is what we're going to try and potentially work on. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get to do that. I'm relatively confident. We shall see. Right, okay, so car is now at the MOT place. We've driven it about 2 and a bit miles to get there. I think there was a slight rattle coming from the back. I'm hoping it's just the wheel, and I haven't tied it in, but it could be a rear shocker, but we will await to see whether or not that is going to be an advisory or a fail, or whether or not it was just my imagination. I've had a lot worse, so we will wait about an hour, see how we get on. Right everyone, parked back up. We have a pass with one advisory, which is the rear number plate. So that's good. What I will do now, I'll just show you that rear number plate. Bear with. It is an awful day. It's pissing down with rain, it's getting in my back. So obviously that is the problem there. So yeah. But anyway, right, let's just get under a bit of cover here. So let's lock the car. Right, so now that's done. Yeah, just got to get that air conditioning. So took this out. Took it out when it was raining. When it's raining, God, it's raining now. Took it out when it was very hot the other week. Remarkably, it's very different now. And the air conditioning, there's no cold air coming out of that. So I need to have that regassed. So I've got that booked in for tomorrow, and then we are done on the car. It just needs a good clean. So yeah. Sorry, the rain ended up shortening the video. So yeah, air conditioning needs to be done. The other day in quite warm weather, put on the air conditioning, there was no cold air, so I booked it in for a regas tomorrow, and then we are pretty much done on the car. Then it just needs a good old clean, and then we can get that up for sale. So yeah, right, I'm now going to go and move this one, because this is now the next one that needs to get sorted and ready for sale, which to be fair hasn't really got anything to do really with it. So right, I completely forgot to mention the bumper, my own fault. Plastic welded from the rear, put a bit of filler on the front and a respray, although the only thing I've got to do is just get rid of some overspray with some cutting compound, but actually I haven't needed to replace the bumper, and I actually think it's turned out pretty well in the end. Saved me a bit of money, so yeah, so we've got that done. Never going to get rid of that scratch down there, thanks to people not checking the wiper on the rear, so lost that. And then we just need to get this back into some sort of reasonable state for sale. So got to put the caps on the front as well, and yeah, we're pretty much good to go. Regas was done as well, and this, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, although I've got it written down. We've had water pump, cam belt done, regas, lower arm, brake pads, and two new tyres as well. So yeah, we're so I think it's come in at about now just over £2,000, literally just over £2,000. So I'll do another quick video at the end once it's been cleaned and once I'm back at home from my work, and yeah, that'll be ready to go. So yeah, give it the thumbs up, the likes, any comments you got, please do let me know, and till next time, I'll see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.